Basic literacy adult learners, technically, are people who struggle reading short sentences and writing short sentences independently. Now, that's the technical definition. However, beyond that, literacy learners can be anybody. They can be men, they can be women, they can be children, they can be grandmothers, they can be grandfathers. They could be very highly educated, or they may have very little schooling experience. They may have very little English, or they could be very fluent in English, but just have difficulties when it comes to reading and writing in English. So again, there's no such thing as the average literacy learner. And that's the brilliant thing about teaching literacy, is there's a huge range of people, a great diversity. But you may find, as we'll talk about in the session, that they have one thing in common. It's their sense of motivation and their sense of purpose. And that's brilliant. It makes our job as educators a lot easier, as you know, when we've got learners who are so eager to learn and make progress. General English teachers are more and more likely to find themselves in the situation where they may have to teach basic literacy, especially if they are teaching in an English-speaking country. There are many reasons for that, but the idea is to embrace teaching literacy. It's a new skill. It's a bit like when you're starting your teaching career and people ask you, would you be okay teaching Cambridge exam classes? And you might feel, oh, I'm not sure about this. You might be asked, are you okay to teach this literacy class? And you may feel a bit apprehensive. But I think the key is get support. Please ask for support, seek extra resources, extra training, but you are likely to be asked to teach literacy. And you'll find that being able to teach literacy will also inform your practice as a general English teacher. So I think it's something that we all have to think about more and more. Literacy teaching techniques are similar to the techniques typically used in the EFL classroom for sure. Of course, we want our lessons to be communicative. Of course, we want our lessons to be engaging, and we want the content to be personalized to our students' interests and needs. Of course, we want our lessons to be very student-centered. Of course, we want to elicit information from our learners. And of course, we want our learners to collaborate and learn from their peers. So you'll find that some techniques used in the literacy classroom might be a little bit more technical, but the overall technique and the overall ethos, I think, is very similar to what we use in our standard general English or standard EFL classroom.